Yeah, something like that would be good.
That's a 25. Okay.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we start, right?
Yeah. When Luke and I were writing Receiver, we were particularly influenced by 1970s and 1980s psychological thrillers and horror films, and pulled rather liberally from influences of that era, particularly some of the work of Robert Altman, like his film Images, several of the films of Brian De Palma, most notably Blowout, and from Rosemary's Baby. All of those films have really distinctive visual strategies that try and reveal psychological and internal emotional points of view. And that's exactly what we wanted to achieve with Receiver.
Cavan is really an interesting, I think, visionary, up-and-coming director. He has extremely strong and very specific ideas, particularly as a cinematographer working with him, because he's very camera and lens savvy. He really knows exactly the shots that he wants.
So the workhorse lenses for the film date from the early 1980s, most especially a Kinoptic ultra-wide 9mm lens that was probably our most distinctive kind of lens that we used for several of the ultra-wide shots when we're right in Soriani's face.
Cavan liked to use some extreme wide-angle lenses, which is not something that I have done a lot, and that was really interesting to me to explore that. And also the fact that he was really interested in having a much more sort of theatrical kind of hard light approach as opposed to the very soft naturalistic lighting which is in vogue today. He really wanted that look of it being a little bit more deliberately and almost theatrically lit. The other big part of the discussion was the character's reflection in a window, the window looking out onto a scene at night. All of that was really pretty challenging to pull off on a very limited budget.
Another thing that we used quite a lot in the film was another piece of equipment that has kind of fallen out of vogue, that tended to be used a lot in the 70s and 80s, especially in Brian De Palma's work, and that is split diopters. Split diopters are a type of glass filter that allow you to change the plane of focus on your lens. They allow you to have parts of the image that are very deep in focus in the background, while having parts of the image that are very, very close in the foreground that are equally in focus. And it gives this very dreamy, very unnatural sort of look to its images. It was really important to try and find a way to capitalize on those visual qualities as a way to explore internal psychology.